spectacular elegance and beauty appearing before the news stations. His fine clothes were dry in the spine of the heavy rain that fell outside, but at that moment nobody noticed. In the north were subjugated the charms of the man who with a deep, kind and manly voice asked for the head nurse who need not wait to be called. She write solicitation to Assam Daisy, busy road. At 5:40 in the morning, a young man of the spectacular elegance and beauty appearing before the news stations. His fine clothes were dry in the spine of the heavy rain that fell outside, but at that moment nobody noticed. In the north were subjugated the charms of the man who with a deep, kind and manly voice asked for the head nurse who need not wait to be called. She write solicitation to Assam Daisy, busy road. I am Doña Petra, nephew. I come from far away, and I am passing through San Luis. I have from outside. She said I came out white instead visiting time to see her, and I do not know when I can return, so I request permission to spend just a few seconds. She told the head of the nurse station, who did not know that to do in such an irregular situation is sleeping to her with all kindness, sometimes rare in those days, that it was not in her house to encourage her to pass, but and she will ask the doctor on duty. The nurse looked from the doctor with being able to find him, and they say she did not have the authority to sue. She not only allowed him to visit the end but also offered to take him personally. It had been past 6 in the morning. Outside the well was filled with water and powder. The head nurse showed the way to the elegant character, and they went up the stairs. When they reached the floor, Doña Petra was staying. She began to scream in the desperation. Not only him come, he coming for me. Stop him! Alarmed, the nurse told the man with a strong electrical discharge feet on the hospital. Like the right causing instant like the hospital was lit in the darkness, burning background. Had been inquiring a small dark lamp in her pocket tucked in outlet. The place where company should be desperate scream of the missus. Petra became raised of terror. The nurse lay the hay with her flashlight right to room where the usurer was, and as soon as he reached in the door, slingshot, he tried to open it, put the knob on the plate, but his hand desperate and gathered his strength and courage to try and wait to open it, helping himself with his outclothes to rest it. Heat of the mood managed to turn in the sides of the Harvey were over the door of Reset. The nurse struggled with herself and managed to obtain in the witness a strange and minimized obelisk.
The room was full of a thick cloud of smoke that gave off the most unpleasant odor, worse than a steel oven, a rare combination of the worst odor in the world in which ammonia and sulfur stood out. The nurse felt that this gaseous composition was burning her airways. She covered her nose and went in. She was signing to act in emergency and they seemed to be one. She had to get the patients out. When the fine and lugubrious light of the flashlight managed to pierce the nebula, the spectacle was no longer encouraging. The pawnbroker was lying on the bed. He had hanging down on one side, his eyes bulging, his complexion bruised, and a trickle of blood slipping from the nose, while a long fat snake unscrewed from his neck, crawling concurrently until it disappeared into the semi-darkness. At that moment, the storm subsided. A gentle breeze cleared the sky and everything seemed to return to normal outside. Recovering almost immediately from the shock, the nurse asked for help from her subordinates, who arrived immediately as the light of the nosocomio was restored. But nothing could be done for Doña Petra. She had died, and the efforts to guide her were useless. Her heart had exploded. The doctor on duty arrived immediately and after making sure of the situation proceeded to draw up the corresponding report. In the causes of death, there is only multiple cardiovascular infarction, cardiorespiratory arrest, and when he reached the note on the day and hour, he turned to see the clock on the wall that was stopped at 6 with 6 minutes and 6 seconds on the 6th day of the year 66. Then, many years since, Doña Petra had made a pact with the devil who had promised her protection and the fulfillment of all her whims in exchange for the woman show, which she would have to deliver at the very moment when the number 6 would be joining with the greatest number of 6 of the century, and the moment had arrived. Nobody claimed the body of the woman who was buried without any ceremony in the common grave. Her properties were plundered. They said that there were those who found treasure buried in more than one property owned by such woman, but those who at first felt lucky for so many things, some understood that wealth accumulates with the misfortune and persons of desperate innocence, having itself a cause for many ones, the vein of their lives.